Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first ever episode of Hot Take Debates. I am Tyler Schlick. I will be the host, and I am joined by my co-host, Brandon.
What's up, guys?
A little backstory about me and Brandon. We've been friends for a very long time, and recently we have been wanting to start a podcast, YouTube channel type deal, talking about baseball in particular.
I mean, we love the game, man. That's all. I played baseball a little bit, but I've always been around it. I grew up watching baseball, and I just love talking about it. So
yeah, I currently play in college, but that can be a different video for a different day. But to start off our first ever episode, we will be talking about kind of a topic that probably might make some people mad, but personally I don't really
most people aren't ready to hear this.
Go ahead.
I mean, you said this to me today for the first time, and I really thought about it. I'm like, that kind of is a good point, but I don't know if anyone can get on his level, and you'll see who we're talking about.
So the topic is, will Josh Hader surpass Mariano Rivera as the best reliever/closer of all time at the end of his career? So, yeah, I mean, Brandon, you could start off. Go ahead.
I mean, that's tough to beat, man. You got the all-time saves leader, and just consistently for years, the back end of that Yankees bullpen, man. He is elite. That's for sure. That cut fastball, I mean, he made that a known pitch. I didn't really think a cutter was. Yeah, I didn't think a cutter was that important until I saw Mariano Rivera pitch for the first time. But why? Just give me the first thing that jumps out at you. Why do you think Hader is going to be better?
Personally, the reason I think Hader has the opportunity to be better is just stat-wise and dominant-wise. I feel like Hader definitely has a shot. If you compare the first 6 years of their careers, Hader beats Mariano Rivera out in every single category. But
every category?
Every single category except for saves. Here, I'll read off the stats. This is Hader's first 6 years in the pros. 4-time All-Star, 2.21 ERA, 121 saves, 310 innings, 529 Ks, a FIP of 2.56, a WHIP of .852, 15.4 Ks per nine, and 3.3 walks per nine. Wow. So what that means is that this dude is getting people out, and he's doing it almost flawlessly in a way. He's doing it almost flawlessly.
That's insane, man. I mean, that strikeout number really jumped out to me. I mean, what you said, in 310 innings he had 520 strikeouts? Was that?
Yeah, 529. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I mean, that's video game.
Yeah. If he pitched 9 innings every single game, he would have 15 strikeouts every single time. That's pretty much at the level that he's at. He's special. Yeah, let me read to you Mariano Rivera's first 6. And these are still great. These are still absolutely Hall of Fame worthy, but
I mean, I'm sure he's one of the greatest closer ever.
Yeah. 3-time All-Star, 2.63 ERA, 165 saves, 452 innings, 395 Ks. So he did pitch a lot more. He did pitch a lot more than Hader, but also you have to remember that COVID shut down a lot of his innings. So he might have had another 80-inning season if COVID didn't happen. So it might be a little bit closer, but that only means that he would have had more Ks too. He might have had at least 100 more Ks.
Wow.
He would have had over 600.
I'll be honest with you, man. Up until the day, I never thought to just compare the beginning of their careers. And I mean, did they both come up at 20, 21? That's when they both started.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were in their early 20s, definitely.
So I mean, they're only gonna get better over time. Especially, I feel like closers just over time, you know, with anyone, you just mature, you get used to closing the door, and you know, I'm sure a lot of stress and pressure that you felt early on in your career isn't there. I mean, obviously you have high stress situations, but wow, man, I've really never just like thought about it. And Hader's numbers really are all better besides the saves. Like you can't argue with the stats.
I just looked up when Mariano Rivera, what age he was when he made his first appearance. 25.
25
in 1995.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
Hader started 2017, 23 years old.
Okay, so I mean,
So
Hader
started off younger.
2 years younger, and
Yep.
Mariano had a long career. Who's to
20
say,
years.
you know, Hader, we don't know if that longevity and consistency is going to be there like Rivera. Now, he's been very consistent his entire career.
Oh,
But
yeah.
6 years as opposed to 20 years, that sample size is a lot different.
Well, yeah, but that's the reason that we did the first 6 is because that's all to be fair, that's all we had to go off of, and it's
Yeah,
even because
yeah.
it is both their first 6.
Yes, I do agree with that.
Hader pitched 19 innings in 2020. The year before he pitched 75, and the year after he pitched 58.
So and that's the thing.
He got robbed.
He really lost a year when he was the best closer in baseball.
Yeah, I still think he
At
did.
least Rivera's first 2 seasons, I believe, he only played a few games, but he missed that at the beginning of his career as opposed to Hader. I mean, Hader was in his prime. I mean, he still is, but just starting his prime, just establishing himself as the best left-handed relief pitcher in baseball.
Mariano Rivera had a combined total of 174 innings in his first 2 years, so he had a decent amount of games.
Okay.
He had 61 his second year and 19 his first year. So he came in a lot.
Maybe it was his first year that I was thinking about, that he just, as a rookie, pitched 19 innings.
So here's something I'm gonna do as well. His first year he had a 5.51 ERA in those 67 innings. So it was a rough rookie year. But if you eliminate that year, Mariano Rivera's total ERA of his 19 years, besides that rookie year, he has a 2.03 ERA. Without that rookie
Wow.
year. With that rookie year, he has a 2.21. So it's 0.20 points.
I mean, that's a
yeah.
pretty big jump.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. 2.21 and 2.03 are still like legendary. But I think that I definitely think personally, I think if Hader plays even 15 years, I think his stats will be better than Mariano Rivera's besides his saves. Easily.
And I think the most important thing with that is just being consistent. I mean, if he just keeps those appearances and stays healthy, that's the main,
Which I definitely think he can do. If you've been that healthy for 6 years and you are, I think, what is he now? Like 28, maybe 29, something like that.
Yeah, he'd be 29 if you said he came up when he was 23.
28. Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
He has. Dude, he's got all the potential in the world to be the greatest closer / reliever of all time, and I think he can. The only thing that's holding him back is literally Mariano Rivera's legacy. Mariano Rivera's legacy is insane, dude.
It is.
Here, let me read off some
Just
of his stuff. Hall of Famer, obviously. 13-time All-Star, won 5 rings, World Series MVP, ALCS MVP, All-Star MVP, and reliever of the year 5 times. So he's got a. I mean, in the trophy department, Rivera's got him beat for sure.
But that is I was gonna say a very good counter argument to saying Hader. But like, I mean, statistically, yes. But like you say, that legacy, I don't think anyone can pass Mariano in that. I mean, heck, I don't think I've ever even heard of a closer getting MVP in the World Series.
Yeah.
Pitchers don't even get, let alone relief pitchers.
Yeah. I mean, that's very true. Another counter argument to myself. He pitched against guys in the steroid era, not guys like not guys that bet 240 for a living.
But
you know
I mean, a few years ago, you could say Hader was pitching in the live ball era, where every team had a guy that was hitting 30 home runs a year.
Yeah, the balls were juiced.
I guess you could look at, but overall, I guess over time, Mariano did probably face a good amount of guys that were on steroids, as opposed to just a year or two that the balls were juiced.
Yeah, he played from 95 to 2013. So from 95 to about 2006 or 7, I feel like we're just straight, probably steroid users. It's insane, man. I looking at this stuff, I can't really believe it. He's had under a 1 ERA for 5 years in a row at one point.
I mean, yeah, you can't make that up.
Under a 2, I mean, under a 2.
Okay, but still, I mean, Mariano did, it seemed like one thing I noticed too, again, like, I thought he was going to have similar strikeouts to Hader in his first 6 years. Hader had significant amount more.
Oh, by a ton, dude. Mariano Rivera had over 10 Ks per 9 once. Everything else was 9 and below.
Really? See, I feel like he was a strikeout pitcher. But I mean,
maybe for back then he was.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, the game has changed.
Yeah, he's only had I guess you could say like a positive correlation of strikeout to inning ratio. He's only had it about maybe 6 or 7 times out of his 20 years.
Wow.
So it's usually like 1 year he had 60 innings and he only had 45 Ks, but he had 11 walks. So he was almost pinpoint in not walking people. Now that I'm looking at it, he had 1 year he pitched 70 2/3 innings, only walked 6 guys.
That's insane.
That's some Corbin Burns numbers.
Yeah, that's...
If he throws that cutter that nobody really has ever seen before at, in his heyday, he was like 95, maybe 96, maybe 94, 96.
Yeah, 96.
And it cut as much as it did. I mean, I could see why he had so many strikeouts. Probably a ton of them were swinging rather than looking, because it would look like a force.
Throwing that on the outside corner or started inside, and
yeah, it's insane. All right, thank you guys for watching. Hot Take Debates, episode 1. Appreciate you listening, and until next time, thank you.
Thanks, guys.